Hello and welcome back to the channel, here for yet another league race, this time in the DGL F1 league, or whatever it's called now. I lose track of how many times this league's been rebranded. But we're at Japan today, we're at Suzuka, the figure of 8 on the circuit. This is round number, whatever number we're at, I have lost track of that as well at this point. 15 I want to say, but again not entirely certain. Of course we are at Suzuka for this round, championship is it's slipping away from me. Every week, of course, the gap is coming down so quickly from 0. We, of course, missed a lot of the season. You can see our first lap there at 27.0. Not the best, but did what we could. Still enough for P2. It's only, what was that? Very close behind. 62 thousandths behind pole. At the moment, of course, Suzuka is one of my strongest tracks, if not my strongest. Here, and of course, the circuit of the Americas, the US Grand Prix, being the other track. You can see now as we prepare to go out for our second run, we have dropped down to I think P4 it was.
17th in the speed trap, 193.
So you know we're ready to get going again.
When you're ready,
head back out onto the track. Dropped to P4. I think the guys have improved up ahead of us, which of course sucks for us because we want to be at the front fighting for a win ideally. Been a while since we've won a race. I think Australia was the last time I got a podium, which was 3-4 weeks ago. At this point, again, this video was recorded 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, week and a half ago, I'm not entirely sure. It's been a while essentially. After this one we have one more race at Brazil, which I know the outcome of, and then I'm recording the voiceover for this when on the day you see it, so it'll be Thursday. Just ahead of the Monaco Grand Prix this Saturday, which is going to be a fun one, 100%. You can see our lap here. Obviously there's no delta on the screen because it distracts me too much, and I'm fine to admit that. I'm very easily distracted, but as we come up over the Dunlop curb at turn 7 and around to Degner, we are purple sector 1, that's what we love to see. Down through Degner 2 then, I don't think I got that line right for a while, really struggling to get the car rotated through there. And into the hairpin, of course, taking the line that only I take. I've never seen anyone else use that line. And then the exit, you have my temporary teammate for the rest of the season in reds. Technically he's a permanent teammate, he's replacing my lack of teammates I've had all season. I think I've had about 6 or 7 teammates altogether, which have strongly hindered us in the constructors, but I think we are leaving at this point. I think it's a big thing. Again, I'm not 100% certain, and I don't really want to give away the results of this race at this point, so I'm going to say that we're leading the championship at this point. I can't remember which race it is where it gets really tight at the front. You can see the end of the lap there. It is purple all 3 sectors. We found half a second and it was enough for provisional pole, but only enough for P2 in the end of it. It's a front row start, my best qualifying of the season here in DGL, so I can be happy with that one. You can see no time for trap or storm. My teammate Red is down in there in P13. A couple cars as well up there that you would expect to be up there. We now get ready to prepare for the race. Soft hard tyres as always here at Suzuka. Nice easy one stop. Can't really fault it, it works quite well. Getting the fuel set as well. You can see it's a little bit dark overhead, but I believe it does stay dry. As we get ready now to go racing. 5 red lights are on and we're away now for the Japanese Grand Prix. Fairly decent start, but again we bogged down slightly. Rooney gets us on the left, Kieran's on our right, Catboy. As we come through turn 1, the race has already gone down the drain. Slight contact with Rooney at the apex of turn 1, drop down all the way down to the back of the field. We got a warning for collision with Grayson. I don't see how I can be at fault for that, as we just sneak past Thomas there. So back up to 18th, of course a couple of cars went off as well and dropped back behind. As you can see another car off there, that is Crossfire in the Alpha Tauri. We're right up behind Simba, Snookster and whoever the other one is. As we come through this corner here, I take to the grass to avoid Snookster, which I do just give that position back. We were a little bit unfair, and I may have got a penalty for it as I would have gained the place off track. Rooney has not quite gone back up to the I thought that was him behind me, that was just Thomas. We head into the hairpin for the first lap. It's definitely not been the best, but we have recovered 4 places already. Of course 2 of them were stationary, the other 2 put themselves off into the gravel, or again maybe a bit further contact. But we are down 14 places now from where we started. As you can see, Kieran and Snoop side by side through Spoon Curve, or Curb. Certainly exactly know which one that is. We're catching up to Kieran the entire straight, however. We have a little thing for moving to one side, yeah, but just back out of it and go for a move now. As we come into the Casio triangle, diving up the inside of the Red Bull, get the car held to the apex as well. He just held it around the outside. As there I saw here damage, he just pulled off into the pit lane. That puts us back up into 15th. So one more place gained back. We now recovered 5, but we are still down 13 places from the start. You see a replay from that start now. You see the Ferraris there ready to pounce on the 3rd and 4th rows. They also actually do very aggressive with each other. Coming to time, you can see the Haas of Rooney just clips my car. He was awarded a qualifying ban for that for the next race in Brazil, which of course you should see tomorrow if I can sort my life out and get that out. You can see now the lap 2 coming up through Dugnaught Club. We see a little bit of a gap on the inside of Luke, which closes the door on us. He closes the door on us, I guess. But, you know, obviously at the time it was annoying, but I think straight away I realised that move was never on. A little bit impatient from myself, of course. I really wanted to gain these places back. I saw Snoops to get past him, and I really just wanted to try and stay with the Mercedes. So I saw a little bit of a gap, and then he kind of shut the door. So that was a little bit annoying, but again, I think that's at the end of the day, that's completely my fault. But now we are back down to P17. At the end of that, we're ahead of Storm and Kieran. I think there's one more behind them. Coming to the pit lane there. Very scary moment there with the racing point. The Alpha Tauri of Thomas bringing out this VSC up into P14, however, so 3 places gained from that pit lane calamity. 1 car out of this race. We're right up behind Ryan now in the Haas, who gets a fairly weak exit on the exit that happened. As you would have seen, they just lost the back end slightly, trying to get the power down. Of course, on medium tyres, so you can't expect him to get the best of tractions. So heading to Spoon. See, once again, a little bit twitchy. He also then runs a little bit wide, so we take full advantage of that. I think he might have let me through there as well. We didn't seem to go anywhere on the exit. So back up into P13. You know, not the best, but we're slowly making places back up. You can see we get up into P12 there. So we get past Rooney in the pits. Now Reds and Snooks there in the pit lane, as well as a couple others actually. This promotes us up into P7 of 17, so 2 more cars have retired at some point. Now at the end of lap 10, like literally nothing happened in that stint. It was just me putting in some lap times, trying to catch up to the rest of the pack. As we pull into the pit lane, it will be the hard tyres to the end of the race. We're very lucky we didn't get damaged in those first 2 laps when we spun twice. I think if we had picked up damage then, it would have, like any sort of position would not have been recoverable. See, we dropped back down to P10, I believe it is. We managed to jump our teammate with the overcut, which is quite helpful. I think both Reds and I know I'm the quicker of the 2 of us, but again, he has put in some very strong performances. As now on lap 17, I don't actually know the reason for this. I might have known at the time, as I said, this was recorded a while ago. But the VSC there again, about another half a lap, sort of neutralised where I couldn't improve, or at least close gaps to cars ahead. So down to turn 1 now on lap 12. We are closing up to Simba, just ever so slightly. So now on lap 12, we're very close to him. Not quite as close as we've ever been, but we finally get a decent run as we head down towards turn 1. But not quite close enough this time around to make him move. We have a little look around the outside there as he goes a little bit slow and turns in early. But as you could probably expect, he just shuts the door on me there. You have to wait another lap, you can see now, into the Casio triangle, but at the end of the lap from the last clip, we are as close as we have ever been. Rooney right behind us as well on soft tyres. So we head down towards turn 1. A little bit of weaving from Simba. But here we know what we're going to do. He goes a little bit defensive, so we go to the outside line, heading down into turn 1. As we turn in, he did actually report me for that, which I think was a little bit petty. As we go to now turn 2, we get a switch back. We go all the way around the outside of turn 3, get the inside for turn 4, and he's forced to back out of it. So that was possibly, I kind of just really needed to get past him there. Of course, I didn't mean to be too aggressive, but it's the replay here. He complained for me turning in on him when he just didn't turn into turn 1. Also, I got a track limits warning for that, so a little bit annoying. but we do get the switchback move on him and get the place anyway, as we now move on to lap 15, right up behind Adam. You can see we've gapped Simba a little bit, but now on the back of the Red Bull as we exit Spoon up towards 130R. You can see Adam there just not having a little bit more straight line speed, so we do actually go to back out of it coming into the corner, and then he fully backed out of it, so we get the place anyway. And then apparently that movement really scared Simba at the closing speed, because Adam completely left it out. Simba would have been flat, so the closing speed there would have been very scary, probably both of them. But we do get the move done. Another position gain now on our recovery up through the field. Just trying to do what we can with what we have. Another place gained. Up into P7 now as we catch up to the back of Funky Fox and Trap Formula. This is the penultimate lap of the race now. Lap 26-27. You can see Smithy, whoever's in P4, can't see who that is exactly. Who is, I actually can't read that, but my bad. So it's Smithy in P3, someone in P4, Trap P5, Funky Fox there in P6. I think it was Liam. I think it's Liam, yeah it is. There in P4, and there's the Funky Fox right in front of me. This battle is pretty much, it came about simply through Smithy not quite having the same pace. Of course, he was in the second division here in DGL, but I think he's been promoted now for a full-time seat. But it does have quite good pace, but of course it's not quite as strong as the likes of myself, Funky Fox and Trap Formula. The three of us, of course, have been here pretty much all season, doing what we can with what we have. Now to the final lap, we're actually a little bit far back, we're not close enough to really try any sort of move down to turn 1. But we're just going to try and surf a move on someone here. Of course, at the moment, Zero, my championship rival, is leading the race and about to win. Which is not what we want, but you can see Liam goes a little bit wide through turn 4, gets done by Trap, Funky Fox all gets past, and then through turn 6. I get on the inside and go around the outside for the second time on a driver here at Dunlop Curve. Up into P6 for myself now. So I think the second or third time I've done that in my league racing career, just around the outside of turn 7 here at Suzuka. Very fun move to try, especially when it goes well. So up into P6 now, trying to catch back up to Smithy, Trap and Funky Fox. As of course we need every sort of point we can get in this championship battle. Click down to the map now, you'll see the Racing Point is about to beat the Ferrari over the line. That is Zero and Wario, of course Racing Point being Zero, does win the race. A little bit frustrating for me, of course, this is possibly my strongest track, as I said. Definitely one of them that isn't my strongest. So starting P2, of course I had high hopes, but then being in P6 now as we come into the Casio Triangle for the last time. You can see we're nowhere near closer to the guys ahead. Trap, I believe, yeah, he cuts the chicane there. He then got a penalty for that, asked for it to be removed, which he got a firm no, as he could have easily avoided it. You see Funky Fox does get the place, but we do not, which sucks. So we did pick up a time penalty at a point during that. Teammate getting a point as well for the constructors, that will help us out a little bit. I believe it was now Racing Point overtook us, Renault in the constructors. I think there was like 2 points at this point that they were ahead of us by. So that sucked, but that will be it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Do leave a like and subscribe as well. If you enjoyed it, it helps me out massively and sort of lets me know to continue doing this. Also feel free to leave any comments down in the comment section below. I will read and reply to all necessary. As well, give them a little cheeky like as well. As I said, that'll be it for today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you tomorrow with the Brazil race here from DGL. I'll catch you then.